Hey guys, I'm just gonna take a quick couple of minutes here to show you a quick little thing that I do to help manage a bit of shoulder pain. Just gonna teach you quickly how to effectively release your forearms and biceps, which can kind of contribute to a lot of pain in your shoulder. That's what it mainly refers to. It's a tricky one because sometimes due to pattern overload from a lot of pull-ups and chin-ups and levers and such, we tend to get a lot of related pain up in the anterior deltoid region, and it's not necessarily because of that. Generally speaking, it's because of tightened pec minors from a lot of push-ups and muscle-ups, and tight lats that generally pull down and immediately rotate your shoulder this way, along with a pec minor, big recipe for a disaster. Anyways, sometimes from all the pattern overload from a lot of chin-ups, as I mentioned, can sometimes lead to tight biceps and tight forearms, which eventually pull down through here and end up in the shoulder. So just a quick little thing that I've been using for a while. If you've got access to an Olympic bar in your gym or at home, these are probably, there's another use for these things other than damaging yourself through squat deadlifts and everything else. I'll get to it anyways. Look, you're never going to get into your own bicep and forearm with enough pressure just by digging into it with a thumb or with fingers, nor generally with anybody else getting into it. And you're never going to get the same effectiveness as with a foam roller. You need something solid and heavy, and these things have got enough leverage and you can lean on it enough to be able to get a release on it. Now, I've just spent a little bit of time on my left one, so it's done okay, but I'll just quickly show you what you can do with it here. Wedge it in somewhere so it doesn't roll around. So I've got it stuck in the side of my shelf there for a second. Basically, you just want to get comfortable because you're going to have to breathe into your pelvic floor to release, because that's the trigger for a release of muscle spasm. Your breathing is really the key. This is just a stimulus on a trigger point to release. So I'll start with my forearm. Basically, you want to take this has got a bit of load on it. These things weigh about 20 kilograms for most of them. This one's a little bit heavier. But you want to just start down by your wrist. So get comfortable because you're going to lie down. And the further out it is, the more weight it's going to be able to put on it. But you're going to have to put a bit of load on it anyways for it to work. So find and roll your way up into a point. Find multiple angles. I mean, you'll have to experiment because I found a spot there. So what you want to do is just get a bit of weight on it. It's not very comfortable. It's not a comfortable place to be. And just find a way to relax. Find a happy place in your head and try and relax around and breathe deep into your stomach. And eventually you'll get to a point where you'll dig around millimeter by millimeter, find this point and just breathe and relax. And you might actually see it let go here in a second because it feels like it's about to go. You get a nervous response too. If you got a close up with my hand here, it's actually involuntarily shaking. That's definitely means it's starting to work through there. So find the point, get some pressure on it, breathe. And you might find if it's being stubborn, you're going to have to roll around it a couple of times before it actually gets released, but it will eventually release, and you want to stay on it until you get there. And again, you might have to rotate your forearm around a little bit, but it's just persistence and breathing and focusing and trying to release. And there it goes. Okay, that's just one methodology, so I think there will be a couple of more points in it, maybe further up and lower down. But that's a basic one for your forearm, and you can use this as a basic mobilization drill before you go in to your workout. And that's pretty good. I'll be ready to go for tomorrow's workout with that. Now the bicep, very similar sort of thing. Should really be getting around the other side here. But never mind. Same thing, you're just relaxing this way. You can lie down onto your side to get relaxed, because what you're going to do is come up and roll onto that spot. Now, you can come across and bring your knee onto it to get some extra pressure on, which I would recommend, because the biceps are tough. They don't like to release generally, and when you do find a spot, they're generally really not fun. So give a bit of pressure to find the spot. There's one that's usually down where it attaches to the elbow. So like I said, use your knee to add extra pressure to find that point. Just use your hand to twist on the bearing to find the spot, because there you go, and that's it. When you do find it as well, add that pressure in and slowly add a bit PNF into here. Add some movement to release that. And when it does go, you'll just feel the biggest relief there, particularly if you do have shoulder issues. This is probably part that most people overlook. You have to get into this more often than ever. I mean, daily's fine, you know. And that's about to give up. Breathing's the key. Breathing's the key element in this one. Extend, contract, extend, contract, change the angle, extend, contract. That's pretty good there. So we're going to move up into the belly of it. There will be a belly somewhere in there, and it's not necessarily going to be the same on both biceps here. So, and come up in towards the bottom of that deltoid, and there's another one right there. So I'm just going to bring my knee up in here to add a bit of pressure onto this. It's not a comfortable place to be, but you got to do it. So even 2 minutes of your time on each arm here before your workout will actually save you a lot of pain and trouble down the line. Keep you mobile and keep you strong, because you open up the nervous pathways again. Body shuts down power to what you're doing when there's pain involved, so try and live pain-free and mobile. You'll be able to efficiently work out and get the most out of your games and workouts. I've had a particularly hard week, so this is pretty heavy. There you go, that's the last of it. Okay. Squeeze. Good squeeze. So just give it a nice little roll afterwards to make sure that there's no more little points you got to get into. That's about it. So there's a quick little drill how to use a Olympic bar to help you with your mobility and keep you pain free. Just a quick bicep stretch. Extend the elbows. Stretch of the wrists and the forearms now. Always warm up. Always mobilize before you start. Spend the time, or it'll spend, or the time will find you needing to take time off from your much valued training regime. Alright guys,